Hello, I'm Eric Reese, and today we're outside, which is where most people should strive to practice their Tai Chi and their qigong. Remember our rules about not overdoing it, so that you understand Senior Resources of Guilford does not take responsibility for any injury you may incur, so we caution you to work at your own level and not go beyond that. And that's always a rule in Tai Chi practice anyhow. We're striving to achieve a meditation, and that's one of the reasons we work a little bit less hard when we practice Tai Chi. Let's go ahead and start by loosening the wrists and the fingers, stretching the fingers. Loosening the joints so that the qi can flow through without obstruction. And let's reverse direction. So the real best way to practice is outside, also barefoot in the grass. That way we can absorb the qi from the earth directly into our body. And you'll notice when you practice outside, you probably are going to feel more energy. You might even notice greater flexibility just by being outdoors versus indoors. And let's go ahead and loosen the shoulders. Deep breathing, moving the abdomen with the breath. And when you're outside, you'll notice the air smells a little better. And here we're absorbing the essence from the ground, the grass, also from the trees, any flowers that are nearby. So in China, people by the thousands practice outside in the parks every day. They get more benefit. Reverse direction. Loose. Okay, good. Now I'm going to step over and you're going to mimic me by doing the left foot out. So remember, Chinese rule is we always start with the left side first. So we've stepped out with the left foot, I'm mirroring you. And we're going to put the hands on the back and do a circle of the waist. In qigong, we call the waist another joint. The waist includes the hips and the abdominal waist. Very important joint. It connects the upper and lower part of the body. Loosen the waist. This is a very important anti-aging exercise. In our previous program, which is program number 13, we talk a lot about anti-aging as a contrast to aging poorly. So this is a youth-enhancing exercise right here. And let's reverse direction. Do it every day. There's no limit to how many you can do. Over time, you'll get more flexible. Without the practice, you'll get stiffer over time. And that's what we mean by aging poorly. So a lot of qualities of aging poorly are optional. If we do the right practice, we can avoid the discomfort, the stiffness, and the pain. Very relaxed. Not trying to go too large. So going too much creates a new problem. Nice and soft. And relax. Step back in. Let's go all the way in with the feet. Knees together, feet together, hands over the knees, 10 circles, gently. Notice I'm looking forward. So be sure you're still watching the screen, not looking at the ground. Reverse, 10 more for everyday practice. On other programs, we have presented a more gentle version of knee rotations, so pick the one that's right for you right now. Be sure you do it every day. Okay, good. Now here's a qigong exercise that we haven't done on our programs yet. With more experience, you can go even more slowly, which you'll realize is more challenging. So here, we're going to go up and arch back. Come down and monitor yourself so you're not overdoing it. The idea is after some practice, your fingertips will gently scrape the ground. In the beginning, you may not be able to get that low, and that's fine. You can do it with the heels up or with the heels flat on the ground, which is the way I'm showing it. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see it that way. Up. Lean back. Okay, good. So as you build up strength, you can do more repetitions. We just did about 3, which in the beginning you might find enough of a challenge to start with, but increase the reps and see if you notice it's easier to get down to the ground, easier to get back up again. A very powerful exercise. So practice. I don't have a name for that one, so we can just call it Fred. Okay, so that's the name. Let's go ahead and do another one. How about loosening the elbows? Drawing 2 circles. I like to make my finger into the pointer, like I'm drawing on a board. Circle from the elbows. So we don't want to use the shoulder and go up. If your hand is in front of your face, you're using the shoulder. So if I hold my shoulder down, just move from the elbow, notice where my hand is. It's actually below my chin. So if you see it in front of your face, you're tensing your shoulder. Very soft. And go out to the side. So I go out to the side, not like this. Now in the beginning, if you're very stiff or recovering from an injury, you might only be able to do it that way. But we want to go to the left and the right. Like there's somebody there. Very relaxed. You can go fast or slow. We recommend that you start slow first. Get used to it. Make sure you're doing it correctly. Relax, right? And then reverse direction. loosen the elbows. And relax. Shake it out. Last week we talked about aging poorly. It's one of the four non-human opponents. So martial arts isn't just about fighting another person. We want to imagine what are the stresses we deal with every day as people, human beings. So we want to guard against getting sick from those other opponents we say are non-human opponents. So the first one is stress. We're all dealing with stress in varying degrees all day long. The second one is illness and disease. Illness and disease. We're always fighting it off, recovering from it, preventing it, building our immune system against it. It's around. And we want to do our best to stay healthy in spite of the chance of getting ill or getting a disease. Number 3 is aging poorly. We want to counter that with what we call anti-aging. So aging poorly, very important to prevent aging poorly. We can work on that. And that's a lot of what we talked about in last week's show. Number 13, if you want to look it up. And today we want to cover number 4 a little bit, low self-esteem. Wow, so you have stress, illness and disease, aging poorly. We can all readily understand why it's important to guard against those opponents, but low self-esteem, why is that on the list? I was shocked when I first heard about it. But you know, what we're doing in our mind affects everything else in our body. In fact, there's a book that I'll throw out there. It's called Your Body Speaks Your Mind. So whatever's happening here is expressed here. Very important. Can you control your thinking? Yes, of course you can. Otherwise, you're out of control, right? So we want to work on our self-esteem. It's really what we think about ourselves. What do we think about ourselves? Do we feel confident? Do we have a healthy view of who we are and our purpose here in the world? So Tai Chi works on low self-esteem. We all have it in varying degrees. So Tai Chi raises it up, raises our self-esteem. Self-confidence. Very important for health. Okay, how does it do that? Well, when we feel more confident, let's say I can block a punch. We'll go back to self-defense in martial arts. If I can feel confident about blocking a punch from somebody trying to hurt me, automatically my self-esteem goes up. If a lot of people are getting sick around me and I feel confident I can remain healthy even though others are sick, I have more confidence. I have a higher self-esteem. Now maybe I just pretend I'm going to stay healthy. I'm not going to get that sickness. That already raises my self-esteem. Now I have to take steps to carry it out. What am I going to do? Well, I'm going to pay attention to what I'm eating, what I'm drinking, how I'm resting, what I'm thinking, and how I'm exercising. So having the idea of being something leads to doing something, action. All right, now let's go back to the Tai Chi. So we have an action, a very relaxed movement, a very good counterbalance to our hurried lifestyle. People getting burned out left and right. So we got to counter burnout. Okay. Some of burnout is I'm overwhelmed and I can't handle my workload or my life load, right? Just dealing with life and people. We have to deal with people. So we're not alone on an island. So we want to avoid burnout. Very bad for health. So we start with our Tai Chi. Very relaxed. Be aware of the odor, the aroma of the air around you. The sounds, you'll start to hear the birds or squirrels playing. Enjoy being outdoors, getting back to nature. and we turn. Holding a big beach ball and step. Grasp bird's tail to the left. Protect the front of your body. Ward off. Roll back, like you're pulling somebody by the arm. Press. Two-hand push. Single whip. Now here we're going to add a little more detail. Single whip. Make a rainbow shape. A rainbow is an arc. Form the eagle's beak and punch. Push. When you push forward, you may need to correct or adjust the back foot and turn it toward the direction you're going a little bit. So we want to avoid landing with the feet at a 90-degree angle. Let me show that again. Do it along with me. Remember, I'm mirroring you. Your right foot is forward. You know you have 3 feet. A left foot, a right foot, and a wrong foot. So put your right foot forward, not your wrong foot. Not your left foot. Make a rainbow. Form the eagle's beak and punch. Push. And I've adjusted the back foot, and we're going to open the arms, receiving, and place the foot on the heel. This is playing the harp. You can imagine plucking the strings. White stork cools its wings. Some people call it spreads its wings. And relax. We'll just go that far and then do it again. Then we'll finish the first part. We're doing a slightly shortened version of the longer form. And let's go ahead and begin again. I'll start a few steps over. Commencement. Grasp bird's tail to the right. Hold the big beach ball. Grasp bird's tail to the left. Protect your body, high and low. Ward off. Roll back, pulling. Press. Two-hand push. Make a rainbow shape. Form the eagle's beak and punch. The whole thing is called single whip. Playing the harp. White stork cools its wings. Brush knee to the left. Playing the violin. Brush knee to the left. Step parry punch. Apparent close up. cross hands. Close. Now you can stand for a minute or two and relax and feel your body. What effect have the exercises had on you so far? Do you feel tingling in the hands and fingers? We're feeling our chi. If you don't feel it yet, it'll just take a little longer. That's okay. Just practice without attaching to phenomenon. It'll happen when it happens. Okay, let's go ahead and look at another posture from the future later in the Tai Chi form. Let's look at snake creeps down, one of the most challenging postures ever. Right at the end of Tai Chi, we're in single whip first. You'll notice I'm adjusting my feet. Just do what makes you comfortable, and that's usually what's right. Shifting back. Make a fist. Come forward. Make another fist. Step up to the toe. This is called step up to form 7 stars of the Dipper. Let me do it on facing the camera so you can see it from another angle. Your left foot is forward. Your left hand is forward. And come down. Squat. Adjust the feet slowly. Make a fist. Sink the weight. Punch. It's like an uppercut. Punch. Right to the chin. Now I'm going to do it on my favorite side, which is the way I do it in the form most of the time. But eventually, you're going to do it on both sides. So I recommend you wait to do it on the other side till later with more experience. Otherwise, you might get confused. So here's what it looks like, the way it looks in the form, with my left foot forward. So if you want to try on the other side, or just watch, either one. Very good. Okay, let's do another one. This is called Golden Rooster Stands on One Leg. You might say, well, we're not working on balance too much today. What happens when you have better balance? You have better self-esteem. What happens to people when they start to fall? Their self-esteem goes way down. What happens if they're injured and they can't walk, or they're in a wheelchair, or having to rehabilitate? Self-esteem goes way down. They feel helpless. So very important, do what you can to avoid that fate. A lot of it's up to you. So I go here. Now we'll just do it as an exercise. I'm pushing down on one side and the other side comes up. This is called Golden Rooster Stands on One Leg. Now, if you do this every day, starting today, and you keep doing it into a healthier old age, you'll have eliminated a lot of falls, and maybe even the one that got you hurt or took you out of the game, right? Are you worth it? If you think you're not worth it, this is too much trouble, where's your self-esteem? Is it high or low? I'm not worth it. I don't care. Can you guess? Now I'm going to step backwards. Push down and come up. I'll do a few on this side. And I could use this hand to hold onto a chair until I get more steady. Down and up. Now I'm strengthening the support leg because my entire weight is on it for a few minutes. The more I do, the stronger the leg. Looking straight ahead. When you're balancing on one leg, you don't want to look at the ground. Where you look, that's where your energy goes. Where your energy goes, your body follows. So if I am always looking at the ground, and you'll see people, again, in older age, didn't take care of their neck or their spine, they're always looking at the ground. They can't look anywhere else. Guess where they're going next? To the ground. It's a reason for falling. So this one we did earlier, keeping the neck limber, keep the spine limber. So we're going to be closing up. I hope you got something out of that program. Be aware of your self-esteem throughout the day. Take an inventory. How do I feel right now? And let's close up with Tai Chi Circle. So we can work on our self-esteem, improve our health that way. Inhale up, exhale down. Inhale up, exhale down. And you might notice some wild creatures or your neighbor's cat or dog sit there and watch you while you do Tai Chi. Animals love Tai Chi. And when you're outside, you'll have experiences you would never have if you're practicing inside, like that. Animals kind of smiling on you, staring at you. Okay, so I think we're done, right, with time? We're going to close up, and I appreciate you being here and watching the programs and also giving me your feedback and perhaps sharing with friends and relatives you know who could really use it. I'll make a fist with the right hand, cover the knuckles with the left, clap 3 times.